Hello, welcome to Dungeon Rolls Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today we're reviewing a game. This time we're reviewing Digimon World 3 for the PlayStation 1. Released by Bandai, came out in like 2002, right? And this came out around the time of the... sorry. This came out around the time of the Digimon Series, Digimon Tamers, right? Which features Digimon from the series, like Guilemon, I always forget how to pronounce his name, and Rainamon. And you have the Mega Evolution of Terriermon in the game as well. So the game, I gotta mention something right away about this review. I'm gonna have spoilers. And then there's the fact that I paid a lot of money for this game, and that's going to factor into my review. I know a lot of people probably are like, well, if you bought the game when it first came out, it wouldn't have been that expensive or whatever, right? But it's the thing where I'm a collector, and this is like a vintage game, so that's going to factor in my review. And if you're one of those people that pirate games anyway, why are you even watching reviews? go look up like the Metacritic or whatever, right? So yeah, I paid like almost $200 for this game, and it, like, as you can see, it didn't even come with the original case or booklet, right? And I paid almost $200 for this game, right? I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, because when I bought this, I spent like almost $500 there. That I also bought this game while I was there too, right? And boy, it was that game. This isn't even an RPG, and it's 75. It was like $75, man, right? So that has to factor into my review. But I'll say this, for a game that, for me, I would say it was worth the money, right? I'll say that right away. If I can play a game, and this is a game that it takes a lot of people. When I first looked up this game, how long to beat it, it was online. It said like 150 hours. Nowadays, it says like 115. This game took me pretty much, give or take, 100 hours, right? Because it was like I had saved before I went to the final dungeon. I saved at like 98 hours, right? And if you watched my review, not my review. Fucking hell. I keep dropping that. If you watch my part 2 of my final boss battle, I was a little disappointed of the ending. Right, but before I go into it, I should say I should talk about the story for this game. So, well, I'll say this: you can pick your own character's name. The default name was Junior, so I picked Junior, right? So the story for this game, I'm just gonna, I'll just you know what the game looks like. So like the game, it's an RPG. It has. The main graphics of this game are sprites. The world map, and the top map, or whatever you call it, is sprites. Your characters are sprites. But when you go into battle, you see the CGI character models, and even the background is like computer generated, like 3D models, right? Which was pretty cool, and I would say, compared to the previous games, the character models in this game are great, and that's because you have one-on-one battles in the game, right? So the story for this game is basically you're this guy named Junior, who's a kid, and in this world, they have this MMORPG called Digimon World Online, or Digimon Online, where you go to a Digimon Center and get zapped into the Digimon World, right? Which is a game by the Megami company, right? Which I don't know if Megami was like a reference to Shin Megami Tensei, right? Because that was one of the first franchises to do the whole monster battle thing. It even predates Pokemon, right? Right. It came out for the original Famicom and NES, right? I don't know if that was a reference, but I just thought I would bring that up because I'm a Shin Megami Tensei fan, right? And like you go in there and you have 3 packs of Digimon you can pick, right? And the 3 packs each include an original Digimon from this game, which there are 3 original Digimon. Kumamon, who is a bear. You can see him here. He's like the mascot for the series. You have like Mon, who's a monkey, a green monkey with a slingshot, and you have Kotamon, who is like this lizard Kendo Digimon, who has like a wooden bamboo sword and is wearing Kendo armor, right? And that pack, if you pick the one with Kotamon, he comes with Renamon, which is that Digimon there, and Patamon, who you'll know from Patamon from the original series, right? I think Patamon. I thought he was on the cover of Digimon World Next Order. He isn't. I have it here. That's why I brought it up. So like yeah, and the other packs you can have like Agumon and Gallimon or Gallimon. I can never pronounce his name. The red Digimon from like Series 3, right? And you start with 3 partner Digimon, but if you do certain quests, which I really enjoyed the quests, but they're level capped. So if you have Digimon over like certain level in your party, you can't do the quest, right? So you're gonna want to keep track of your Digimon levels. This is a game where at some point you're gonna fucking need a guide to beat the game, because like not just for the dungeons and the puzzles alone in this game, you're gonna need a guide. Especially if you want certain Digimon, you're gonna need like a Digivolution guide, right? So yeah, you start off with three Digimon, and when they get to certain level caps, they can Digivolve, right? If you get your Digimon to like level 20, they can go to champion. Level 5 or 10 you can get champion. Level 20 ultimate, and level 40 mega. And if you level up your like the skill levels of those Digimon, you can unlock other Digivolutions, right? And pretty much every Digimon in this game can have the Digivolutions of any other Digimon, and there are certain Digimon where you have to level up, like you have like stat requirements, and you have to level up other Digimon so you can get the one Digimon. Like Imperial Dramon here, to get him, you need to have Stingmon at level 5 and XVmon at level 5, right? And to get Omnimon, well, that's Omnimon there, you have to have War Greymon at level 40 and Metal Garurumon at level 40, right? To get Omnimon, which I had Omnimon in the game, right? And even Bilzamon from like Digimon Tamers is in the game, but like to get him, oh my god, you have to have Devimon's ultimate at like level like 40, and to get him is like, oh my god. And you have to have some other Digimon as well at level 40 as well, another mega, right? So like yeah, that's the thing, where to get some of the really cool Digimon, you have to grind crazy. And this game is very grind heavy, right? And there's also a lot of backtracking in the game. I forgot to mention, the main story is also, you're playing the game, right, the MMO game, and you're trying to become server champ, which is, the game is kind of like a mix between Digimon World and Pokemon, which I've always wanted to play a Pokemon-style Digimon game. This is the closest they ever got to a Pokemon-style Digimon game, by the way. And like you have these like city leaders, right, who are Digimon Tamers. You have to beat them, right? And it's the first a city leader, right? You have, before you can even fight him, he wants you to go to like dungeons to beat like a Torontomon, where there are dungeons in the game where like boss monsters are waiting in there, and if you defeat them, you'll get like a weapon of some kind, which are pretty useless, but you can like I think I heard you can upgrade them, right? That's the thing. There's a lot of cool shit in the game, right? Because you have like secret black markets. You have like auction sites where you can buy like legendary equipment for your Digimon. There's places in the game, gyms where you can level up stats, and there's even like a legendary gym run by Flamedramon or Omni Vmon or whatever he's called in like the other server. There's two servers in the game. There's Asuka's server and there's the Amaterasu server, which looks like a Halloween like dark version of Asuka's server, which is great. There's also you can also play the Digimon card game in the game, but the Digimon card game, I don't think follows the rules of the original Digimon card game, because I remember playing this game and then playing the card game in Digimon World 3, and it was pretty different. Also, the cards look very shitty in this game, but it's kind of like a side game, right? It doesn't use the official art. It uses like screenshots of the character models, even ones that aren't even in the game, like Terriermon. Yeah, so like, and the different city leaders are in different continents, and to get to the different continents, you need to get like special like Digimon eggs, right? And that will unlock like Digimon that you can use to travel to the different continents. Like you have Marinemon, who you can use as a submarine, right? And you have like the Drillmon from like Series 2, which even Marinemon's from Series 2, where you can drill holes and travel to the different continents. Even you can travel between servers, right? But I thought that the maps, because like the map is only a world map, so you can't use them for, in the different zones and shit. So it's like hard to. You can use them to see what area of the world map you're in, but it doesn't go into detail of which paths you should go. So the game map is confusing at times, and to travel underground with the Drillmon is very confusing. You can get lost. I got lost all the time with the Drillmon, right? My problem with this game, is that they told you, they set up this thing, the MMO, right? Right? Which I love games that pretend to be an MMO. I love the dot hack games, right? And I even like, games like Sacred 2 and whatever, right? Because I don't know, I like games that are like quasi fake MMOs. Even the Sword Art online games, I buy them, even though I think the game the anime sucks, right? My problem with the series, this game, is that you think you're playing like a Pokemon, Digimon like kind of game, right? Where you're going to become server champ. I couldn't become server champ in this game, right? Even though there's a place where you can go called the arena, where you're supposed to go after you get the 4 badges, which I did. I couldn't do that because I was at a point in the story where like everybody was just talking about the AOA, which are the bad guys of this game, who are trying to take over the world with a Digimon they created, right? And I'm not going to go into plot specifics. So I beat the game, and I wanted 3 things actually. One, like most MMO RPG games, where RPG games that pretend to be MMOs, they let you continue playing the game after you beat it. This one doesn't let you do that. When the dot hack games does that, right? And other games, MMO RPG like games. 2, I wanted like a special item or something, a special mode travel where you can fly to the different continents and you didn't have to use the stupid submarines or the stupid tunnels, because I wanted a basically easier mode of transportation, right? You didn't get that, and you never even get to become server champion arena. I don't know if it was the thing where if I had saved, if I had saved at a point, right after I got the fourth badge, I could have went to Asuka's server and become the arena champ. I could have went to the arena and become server champ. I never got to do that, right? Because I was busy like playing the main story, and I didn't think to save after that. But like even then, like you had like the Oinkmon, and you had the AOA, like running shit. So I don't know if there was a point where you could become server champ, but I never got that option, which fucking sucks, right? And then there's also the point where I saved. Thank God I saved before everyone was turned. I saved that in a different slot before everyone would turn into Oinkmon, so I can continue playing the game. But I can't go to like, you have to do it. I didn't save at the point like after, like you get to the point where like you can go after everybody gets turned back from Oinkmon, because there's a point in the game where like the bad guys turn all the players into like this pig like Digimon. I can't go into like there's like the black market and Amaterasu server, where you can go there and you can buy like legendary weapons and items that you could only get in the auctions. You can buy them there, and you can also buy chips to increase the stats for your different Digimon, right? So they can like get the stat requirements, so they can get the specific Digivolutions. Which I forgot to mention. You have like your characters, your partner Digimon can equip 3 different Digivolutions at a time, and you have to go to the Digimon lab to change them out, right? Which I didn't mind that. Also, I forgot to mention, there's like 10 partner Digimon. There's Vmon, there's Agumon, there's Gaimon. There's Kumamon, Monmon. Basically, you have the 3 original Digimon in this game, and then you have like 2 from Series 3 and Series 1, and there's only 1 Digimon, partner Digimon from Series 2, which Series 2 fans might be pissed when they play this game, but you know what, it's the thing where like this game wanted to pay tribute to the fans of like it was the thing where it was paying tribute to like the original fans of the first series, and then like the current series, right? So they couldn't put like partner Digimon from all the different like series, right? And then there's the fact that the previous series, Digimon World, the previous game, Digimon World 2, has like pretty much the Digimon from Series 2, and so does this one, right? So like it's you might be some Series 2 fans might be pissed that there's only 1 partner Digimon from Series 2, but it is what it is, right? At least you get Vmon. Though I'm kind of pissed that you don't get Vidramon and you just get XVmon, which Vidramon to me is a lot cooler than XVmon, but whatever, right? That's Vidramon, by the way. Right? So like I don't know. I really enjoyed this game, and I put a lot of hours into it. Right? I was playing it pretty much like it was an MMO. Like night and day, I would stay up late to play the game. I stayed up till like fucking midnight to beat the game last night, when I usually go to bed by 10. Right? Because I have to get up early because I have a dog. Right? And I really enjoyed the game, but I'm pissed off I couldn't become server champ. Right? I couldn't accomplish my character's main goal for even playing the fucking game in the first place, which he wanted to be server champ, right? And so I'm pissed off at that, but otherwise it's a great game, and despite the high high value price for it, I think that it's worth getting. But is it worth? Because I saw online it was worth $700. I would not pay $700 for that, but I would say if you can get it for $200 or less, it's worth it, because you're gonna put like 100 hours into the game anyway, 100 hours at least just to beat it, and then you're gonna put like another 100 hours or whatever if you're going to level up level all the partner Digimon, and then try to get the specific Digivolutions, right? Which I really want Bizzlemon. I'm grinding Devilmon right now, so I can get his Mega, so I can get the Bizzlemon, right? Which I forget the second Digimon I have to level up to, but I'll do that later. I'll look it up later. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game, but like, yeah, it has its problems. It's very grind heavy. It's grind heavy, and it's like the fucking random battle rate. It's so bad at times where you'll finish one fight, and then before you can even take a step, you'll go into another fight. I'm not joking. That actually happens in the game, right? It's insane, the battle. If the guy some guy reviewed like Digimon World 2, where it's like you can't take two steps you take two steps and you get like random battle. That was Digimon World DS, not Digimon World 2. This game is way worse at times, right? But I will say it did a really good job as simulating an MMO, except for the part where you can't continue playing the game and you can't become server champ, or at least I couldn't, right? Yeah, and there's even like a zone there's an area in the game where it's in the north sector where you have like it's snow-capped mountains and you have Christmas trees. So it's like this would be a great game to play around the Christmas season, which maybe Dot Hack also has a great Christmas zone. So around Christmas time, I'll pop in Digimon World 3 and we'll play we'll play in the north sector, right? So that's it for. Oh, if you want my rating, I was going to give this a 9 out of 10, but I'm dialing, because of all the complaints I have for this game. I'm only giving it 8 out of 10, but it's still a great game, man. So yeah, for the next, I know I would say I would play a Pokemon game, but I don't want to set up my GameCube. So like, here's the options. We can, for our next Digimon review, we can either do Digimon World 2 and Digimon World Next Order. Let me know in the comments which game you want me to review next. This one's like 60 hours, and this one's like 40, 50, which sucks, because if I knew if it was only 40 or 50 hours, I would have kept playing, because I quit after 30 hours, because I couldn't get new Digivolutions, right? It sucked. But like, yeah, I would. Let me know which one you rather me review next. Fuck, you know. Yeah, the Digimon World 2 or Digimon